Welcome back everyone for the next round of the DTM series, which will be held in the old layout of the Hockenheim ring. I'm Miklos Gál once again, and now let's see the starting grid. So Michael Mocho took the first place. Behind him in the second is Victory Bobo, then in the second row Roland Moityan and Darius Koval, 5th is George Roque, 6th is Carlos Barton, 7th is Zachary Fitzwater, 8th Adam Sermon. Sean Grant and Balin Zog across the top 10 with 9th and 10th place. Then Andy Higgs comes at 11th, Owen Carpenter 12th, Maxim Titkov 13th, Evan Byrne 14th. The winner of the last race starts only from the 14th place. Let's see if Evan Byrne can come up and maybe win this race again or finishes in the top 5. Joa Hutter 15th, Savi Perez 16th, Robin Kelly comes at 17th place, sorry, Renzians 18th, Viggo was 19th, Lincoln Pan at 20th, and in the last row Sian Byrne and Felix Zontag. It's surprising to see Sian Byrne in the back row again, because in the last race, because he nearly won the last race. As for the forecast, we have 10% chance for rain, but the sky is kind of sunny, and for now the track is dry, so we will see if we will get any rain. In the first 4, so Mocho, Ibobo, Moityan and Koval, they were all unlucky back at Paul Ricard. Let's see if their luck can turn now, and maybe one of them can finish in the podium places or win this race. Michael Mocho really need this win or the top 5 because of the championship. All lights are out. It's a long hold. And here we go. The race is underway now. Let's see who's get the best start. They are coming really slowly for a moment, so I can't say anything until they reach the first corner. Seems like Michael Mocho will hold his first place. Maybe Moityan can take the second from the outside, and yes, Moityan can take the second. Actually, maybe Darius Koval can take the third, but it's kinda hard to tell anything from now. Yes, seems like Koval has the inside line, but this straight is so long until the breaking point. We are not sure what will happen, and yes, he takes from Ibobo. Ibobo had a pretty poor start from the second place. As you can see, the others trying to find spot. They nearly stop. Yes, some of them are stopping in the middle of the corner because they can't go off the other. So let's see the order now. So Mocho is leading, which will be really important for him if he wants to win the championship. Roland Moityan is second to need a good result after the bad luck of Paul Ricard. Then Koval comes at 3rd, Ibobo at 4th. I mean, Victor Ibobo is the 5th, oh my god! Was that Sean Grant who took the place from him? I couldn't quite see, but maybe not. Maybe it was George Roque. Okay, as we can see, the fuel loads, maybe the rest of the field is trying one stop. Maybe the one stop is the best strategy for the race now. Some of them are trying two. I don't know, because the lower fuel load means faster car, because they have no as much fuel load, and Carlos Barton is trying to overtake his rival, and Andy Higgs trying the same, and in Sean Grant. Grant is defending the position for now. Actually, it would be nice to see the back row of the grid, because in front there is nothing happening aside Roland Moityan is setting the fastest lap with a 1:42.8. Okay, so Ibobo is attacking back at Fitzwater, because Ibobo is only 6th now. He doesn't really have the pace, but Soga is overtaking Barton. Actually, I don't know what's going on with Ibobo, because if we remember back, Joa Hutter had the same low pace back at Paul Ricard, and now Ibobo has it. There are several overtakes happening in the straight. Now Adam Byrne is the one who is 11 now, so he's coming back step by step. He needs to come back because of the championship. You have to correct that very poor qualifying from him. And as we can see, Moityan is coming up to Mocho slowly, but not that fast, but yeah, we can see he's coming, and Darius Koval is falling back by, I don't know, 1 or 2 tenths a lap. I'm just guessing now. Whoops! Okay, Sam Byrne is dead last now because Felix Zontags overtook him. I don't know how he wants to solve this problem. As we can see, Carlos Barton is... well, yes. Carlos Barton is overtaking Bobo. Which I couldn't say anything because in the last race he spun several times. Now he doesn't have the pace again. Oh, Felix Zontag. And the no, Rans Jans. Rans and Zontag are battling once again. I hope Zontag will have a better race than the previous one. And finally, Ibobo decided to take the control in his own hands and trying to attacking Adam Serman back, but in this corner he won't really profiting anything about that move. Maybe he will lost another. Let's see. No, he won't because the split stream is dragging him back, and now finally he can do that move. I don't know why some drivers are attacking in the first corner because there are 3 long straights where they can try, and Sean Grant also overtaking Adam Serman because of the split stream. And there is contact! Between Soga and I couldn't see. Ooh, yes, Andy Higgs. Andy Higgs is hitting the back of Soga, but fortunately nothing bad happens. I'm going to overtaking Ibobo back because of the split stream. This is what I was talking about. That maybe... oh, Andy Higgs again! Andy Higgs is trying to attack Soga again. After tapping him, he was taking aggressive inside line, hopefully. And basically not hopefully because we all seen what happened. Nothing bad happened, fortunately. This race will be about many overtakings. Mainly because there are 3 wrong straights, as I've said. The split stream is strong. And all the drivers are staying with each other because between the cars there are not too much difference. I mean, there is difference because the spectators can see that there are gaps between the drivers. Perez and Carlis, while Cian Byrne has made a mistake, who was maybe not Cian Byrne but Alan Byrne. So there are 3 long straights, the split stream is strong, the cars can stay together because they don't have these advanced aerodynamics which the F1 cars has. While Serman is doing the first successful overtaking in the first corner. I don't think this will last long because there we go once again, shot by Sean Grant. And with a high percentage he will overtake Adam Serman back because because of the stuff I was talking about before. Yes, that was kinda obvious. Perez again, Carroll is locking up, nearly hitting Andy Higgs. Now Zontag and Rans Jens. I mean, I'm so confused now. Excuse me about that. Ibobo is doing his natural habit again, so overtaking the others. Likewise Andy Higgs. So Andy Higgs and Victor Ibobo are just overtaking guys back and forth. This is their favorite hobbies. Today's race. Rans Jans, I wanted to say that, but I couldn't find the right combination of his name. Now we can see Tiktov, who we didn't see before. Now he's doing one successful overtaking. I don't know, maybe I should note these overtakes slowly, and we should make a mini championship about while Hutter locks up. So we should do a mini championship about the overtakes, and who has the most overtake at the end of the race can get some, I don't know, some prize aside the World Championship. And yellow flag for first, Evan Byrne. Evan Byrne has spun. Evan Byrne has a terrible weekend. If that continues, he will lose lots of points and basically the top 2 spot from the championship. Let's see what happened. He just oversteered the car. He pushed the throttle too much. Here we can see again. Here, maybe the curb has dropped him and crashed into the wall. Now spin back on the track. He can call himself fortunate because with that hit he could lose his rear wing and put him into an impossible position. And another mistake, Felix Zontag. Felix Zontag is doing the same. Just to be honest, well, I won't say that, but yeah. And Evan Byrne is overtaking back. He's doing the same. He's applying too much throttle, going to the curb, but he's hitting the wall much stronger than Evan Burns, so he's more fortunate for not losing anything and come back. I just wanted to say that Felix Zontag is not really playing for the top step of the championship, so he did the same mistake, but from Evan Burns' point of view it was more important. Carlos Barton is overtaking his rival once again. So yeah, this is what I wanted to say, and here we can see Barton once again, and possibly in the next seconds he might lose the position, which won't happen because he's holding the car beautifully on the outside line. If I saw correctly, maybe Bobo tried to set a move, and yes, he did, and possibly he will do it. And so I'm gonna do the same. Yes, Ibobo does it. To be honest, I'm waiting for the first stops now, because let's be honest, aside overtaking that, so they are overtaking them each other back and forth, nothing else happens. Sometimes some contacts, now Evan Byrne and Felix Zontag's mistake, but the middle of the road, the first row, and let's see, the back row is just overtaking back and forth to each other. This is why I'm waiting for the first stops, which will like this is why I don't speak English very well, because I don't know the words, so I can't complete the sentence. So the pit stops will make things more interesting later on, while we saw another overtake. These DTM cars are pretty fast on the straight line. Oops, another yellow flag. This is Viggo Holst. Well, Holst doesn't have too much luck either. There was a poor race at Paul Ricard, and now seems like here too. The gravel trap is really deep, so this makes really hard for the drivers to come out. This is the same what Zontag and Evan Byrne did. This is the Zontag version, but he is spinning the car in the wrong way, and this is why he have to wait for the others. We can slowly call this corner, I don't know. We can slowly give a name to that corner while Soyper is doing another overtake, because 3 drivers dropped the car in that one. So slowly we can give a name. Is that Darius Koval? Yes, he's Darius Koval coming at the third place. Andy Bobo took his strength and his powers again and coming back in the row. Now he's 5th. But no, Fitzwater is switching back and Fitzwater is overtaking back. What a beautiful move. Fitzwater showed some skills here, while Soga is showing his skills while overtaking. And Carpenter tried to do the same, and he's holding the car. Here we can see he's hitting the back, and now the car's back is going, and with a simple steer he just holds the car. And Soga is losing the position now against Siktov. You know, there's the games, so there are the Call of Duties and other games where the game shows how many times you shoot the rival down and how many times you got owned by them. We should make graphics for that, for the trace, because we should create some couples who are overtaking each other and give them points, and after the race we should just show them to the spectators, and well, yeah, we could choose the driver of the day here too, aside voting. Okay, finally Campana is not choosing a popular overtaking spot, because this and the first corner are not the best ones for overtake. While Lee Campana is showing us that he can overtake there too, and he doesn't have to wait for the straight. Oh, Perez! Wait, okay, I thought Perez was making a mistake, but no, it was just a pit entrance. So Perez is the first who is making his first pit stop, and basically the first pit stop of the race. This is what I was waiting for. Perez was 6th, not 6th, 4th. Perez was 4th at Paul Ricard. Now he's 19th, but after the pit stops. This isn't his last stop, so he's trying a two-step strategy. Let's see if that will paying off for him. He has well, partly clean track in front of him, so it's finally time to start to drive fast for him. I mean, not finally, but this time, and push everyone down. Campana against Solga. Here we can see Hutter. So yeah, I'm curious now about Perez, that how much he can come back at the others. Another top 10 from him would be nice. Now Solga took the slowing pills because he's dropping down step by step. Maybe he took it from Ibobo. I mean, maybe if he gives it for a low price, we shouldn't, because he's dropping back now. Ibobo is at 5th place if I remember correctly, so after the drop back he came back. No, I'm wrong. Because Rogue is 4th, Ibobo is 7th. I thought Ibobo was overtaking Fitzwater for the 5th, but maybe I don't know. Maybe he got overtaken by someone. And Fitzwater would have done the same move what he did, but he decided to wait for the next straight. And maybe this will work out. Yes, this might work out. He's just faster by a little bit, but that little bit speed the difference is kinda enough to set that move on. And here comes Perez, who is not held up by any of the guys so far. This is what he needs. For the 2-stop, he needs clean track. Evan Byrne is in front of him, Felix Zontag behind him, and possibly Viggo Host is 2012. Oh, Titov is taking an aggressive inside line once again, and I thought they will crash, but no, fortunately they somehow saw it. While Ibobo would overtake 2 guys at the same because of the slipstream, and they couldn't see. Grant tried to do the same, and Lincoln Pana is now.
At the end of this lap.
Wow, I just lost words because so many things are happening. The same, Andy Higgs is Andy Higgs on a 2-stop as well. I just couldn't tell what's going on because so many things happened at the same time, and I nearly lost my tongue. Because, you know, in my mind I'm commentating so fast and so perfectly, but in real life that's not really true. And here's a small train. I just missed the point for here. Okay, Simon is getting overtaken by, and one of the car is that Maxim Titko. Maxim Titko is slow. Something is wrong. So what happened here? Maybe an accident? Okay, so they're clipping the backs of each other, and yes, this is an accident. Titko is losing his front wing. Adam Sermon is losing his, well, not front wing, but from bodywork. Solga is hitting Sermon, Sermon is hitting Titkov, and Titkov has lost his rear wing, and now he gets another tap, and because of that he spun around. This is the way how to make a race for the driver even worse. Campana and Kerlis were on a scheduled stop, but the others not really. Here we can see as Joel Hutter gets a completely new car. If that would work in real life too, well, yeah, that would be amazing, but that's not real life. Joe Hutter comes back after 12.5 second stop, and there is Hutter with a 16.0 stop. This makes, well, this kind of ruined her race. I mean, his race. I promise I will stop gender bending, it was just a mistake. I apologize for everyone who I consider to the other gender. Motyan is overtaking from the outside. I mean, he's trying, but no, he can't. It's supposed to be such a great overtaking. And Motyan was in the pits, so He's getting called up now, which he really, which he will, well, yeah, he doesn't need that at the moment, so he should overtake his rival as fast as soon as possible, because as I see Michael Mocho, his biggest rival in today's race, is still in front. It wasn't in the pits, maybe I'm wrong. No, Michael Mocho was in the pits, because Darius Koval is leading and Joe Rock is second. Kelly's from the outside, beautiful move. Felix Zontag is 16 now because some of the pit stops and mistakes, so he's coming up slowly. Evan Byrne is 14 now and coming to the pits. Because of the accident of Titkov and the others, maybe Byrne can take some positions back. And maybe, well, if something ridiculous happens later on, then maybe he can get some points, because this is his last stop. That's 100%. Well, of course, Motian has overtook him, but let's not compare them because Byrne has made a mistake. Motian has an extravagant speed through the whole race. Fitzwater is the next one, and there is another scheduled pit stop by someone else. From now on, everyone is a one stop, so who is pitting now, they are on a one stop. That's no wonder. I mean, 3 scheduled pit stop because there was another crew in front of Fitzwater just because they were both white. It couldn't even make a difference. Yes, Solga was in the pits too. After hitting his rivals, he just came into the pits. Oh, I just scared for a bit because there was a red light in the middle of the dashboard. I thought he has some problems, but no, it was just showing him that his teammate is in the pits, so Felix Zontag is coming to the pits now. We are slowly at halfway point and no retirements yet, which is really good. And here's Darius Koval. If I should guess, Koval has a great chance to take 3rd place now. Depends on the pit crew and depends on the pit exit. I'm not sure about Motian because he was hauled up. And yes, they are coming out. His pit crew is already out. I was guessing Koval to the 3rd place. Well, I'm not sure because Michael Mocho was faster than him, and yes, Mocho is coming down. I mean, not down, but down the straight. Koval is coming back. Ibobo is in front of him. Where is Motian? There was Motian. Yes, there was Motian. So Koval couldn't jump Motian even if he was held up by his rivals. Carlos Barton, who will take 10th place for sure. And as I said before, so in the last race, the first 8 get the points, like in the top tier until 2012. Stops between 6 and 8 seconds are pretty average. Sontag has a really fast pit stop with 5.9 seconds, maybe the fastest today. Titkov and Holst found each other, and now George Roque has to pit too. These are interesting because who are staying for the longest time because they don't have the freshest tires, but they have the lowest fuel load. I don't know if the fuel load of the tires mean more, but maybe the lower fuel load can give some advantage to these drivers who are staying until the very last time. George Roque is coming at the halfway point, so undoubtedly a one stop. His pit crew is working kinda fast too. It's a 5.5! Oh wow! That's a lot faster than any of them in the first places. And he's coming back at the 7th place. I mean, maybe the 8th? Yes, he's coming back to the 8th place. So George Roque has some amazingly. Some amazing position now after the pit stops. He have to push now Cian Burn. 5.7. Yes, the teams are about to... The teams really want to get the record of George Roque with this 5.5. We will see if that will happen. Sontag again. Sontag is running really fast. I wonder if he can stop. And no! He's just colliding with Evan Byrne. And I thought Evan Byrne has a broken suspension because he's just steering into the wall. Felix Sontag is coming back. Felix Sontag did some beautiful spins, as we can see here. He's going into Evan Byrne. 1, 2, and Sontag is losing his front end, the whole front end. I don't know how, maybe just clipping the, I don't know, curb when he came back. So Ibobo and Grant are in the pits too. Let's see if Grant can hold his position against Ibobo. And yes, it's only an 8.7 stop, but he's holding his position against his closest rival. Yes, there comes Ibobo back. Jans with a 5.9 in the 10th place. Actually, Rennes has a pretty good pace because he wasn't starting from the front and now he's at 10th. Who I'm wondering about is Fitzwater, to be honest, because he was battling at the front before. And Evan Byrne is out from the race. Evan Byrne has made another mistake, but that was too fast. That was too fast for the car to hold all the parts. And now Evan Byrne is out from the race, and that means the championship is basically getting more open than ever before. Yes, he missed the ideal line. The inside line, I mean the outside line and the inside line is really dusty, and he couldn't hold the car. He also broke his front left suspension, so for him the race is over. He tried everything to hold, but it was impossible. It was the right front, not the left front. Here comes Michael Mocho, who is leading the race now. And Zachary Fitzwater is out from the race too. He's locking up and his rival couldn't avoid him, who was Carpenter, and breaking his left-right suspension. I mean the left rear suspension. Left-right, okay, that's a new direction from me. If I must say, that was Fitzwater's fault because he locked up and went eagerly slow in the apex, that Carpenter had no chance to avoid him. So that doesn't need any penalties for Carpenter. And Soga overtaking Lin Campana. For some reason I am missing Campana and Soga from the front. Maybe just only because of Paul Ricard and because of Hockenheim ring. Cian Byrne. Cian Byrne seems like overtaking at the yellow flag. I'm not sure if he was front, but the race director will, race directors will investigate that, I guess. Maybe he was in front already when they reached the yellow flag zone. Perez is showing us some overtaking. Let's remember that Perez on the 2 stop, so he will have to stop once again, while the others don't have to. Sontag is about to be lapped. I mean, he's lapped already by Michael Mocho, but Ronald Moityan is coming slowly and doing the same with him. And in the next seconds here we can see an overtake, probably from Carlis. And yes, already? Wow. That was a bit fast, but in that way Carlos Barton cannot come back from slipstream. Maybe it was a mistake, and he's hitting Carlis, but fortunately neither of them are going off the road. Carlis just overtook him too fast, and because of the split stream he could come back. Now Moityan is getting a little help? Well, not really. Because of the late pit stop from Zontag and because of the lower fuel, this is why Motyan can't overtake him and can't get close to him, because Zontag has fresher tires and even less fuel. Because if all we remember, he lost his front end of the car because of that accident. But hey, at least we could see from him 820 degree spin, maybe more. Such a spin which Alonso did back at 2010 at Malaysia, if I remember correctly, who knows. Okay, so here's the other two-stopper. Aside Xavi Perez, Robin Kerlis decided with the team to do that strategy. Well, I'm not sure. Whoa! Motyan lost the pace. Darius Koval is in second now. And there's a yellow flag. You can't be serious. You can be serious! Another crash! And there is Sean Grant. Sean Grant is hitting the wall. And the tire is coming back in the road. And another car is involved. Oh my god. Can't believe it. And there's another crash. There is two cars also. Oh my god, what's happening? What's happening there? I was just losing my mind because Roland Motyan has bad luck once again and he could finish on the podium, but no. And there was three other cars who just couldn't stop and hitting each other. One was Sean Grant. I don't know the two other. Let's see the others, because yes, there is Carlis also. And Motyan has a puncher. Motyan has a puncher, and this is why he have to retire from the race. The bad luck struck again.
That was really bad. I mean, it's desperation.
His bad luck is striking once again. He's steering the car against the wall, and the tire which is coming back to the track. This is causing all the problems, as Sean Grant couldn't see the tire in time, couldn't brake, and he will hit it by full speed. And the tire will destroy his car, and the tire is breaking the right front suspension and going into the wall. It's a really hard impact. I hope Sean Grant is alright. And Victor Ibobo also hitting the tire, which is causing losing his whole front end. And maybe Xavi Perez. Oh no! Xavi Perez is avoiding him, but Robin Kerlis can't. And another car, Carlos Barton, is going inside him, going into him. Because Kerlis couldn't control the car after he lost his wheel. I hope he sees, yes. So Kerlis is hitting and he's steering the car in the right, and Barton can't do anything at all basically with that. This is the situation again. So Motyan is just probably out of anger, just steering the car into the wall, and with that causing a huge mayhem, which he didn't mean to, but happened after all. There is Sean Grant hitting the wall hard. Ibobo can't avoid it, and he will have to pit once again, but he's not as unlucky as Kerlis and Barton, who are retiring from the race, and Rancians is getting some positions now. I wanted to say Ibobo can finally find some pace and finally some good positions, but no. Unfortunately no. Xavi Perez is pitting once again, and because of these crashes, maybe those two stops won't really affecting negatively him. Rancians is getting overtaken by Andy Higgs. Maybe Andy Higgs? I wasn't see, but one thing is sure, Victor Ibobo won't get any points. And yes, Andy Higgs was overtaking Rancians, and Jans is overtaking him back. Well, some of the people who were in the back before, because of this big crash, can be happy. Because now they got at least 4 positions, if not 5. Because Ibobo had to pit again. So some of them are got 5 positions, which is much more than a gift. Okay, oh Andy Higgs! Andy Higgs, what are you doing? Oh god! What a stupid move from Andy Higgs. And Jans just couldn't turn the car back. Oh wow. Oh wow. We should see a replay about that. Okay, so Rance is slowly finding the gears and he can't go because of the others. They're coming. Andy Higgs wanted to show something. He wanted to close the line on Rance. He did. Let's see again. This was fully unnecessary. And basically, he just making Rance spun around and doing even more spun than Felix Zontag did. It was completely unnecessary from him. He just closed in the line too fast. He can call himself lucky that he didn't spin around from the track. Okay, he had to pit once again, but not because of the penalty or stuff. He had to pit because of he didn't have enough fuel. Now he can try to set some fastest lap. Okay, so he's coming at the 11th place. And Higgs... I mean, no, this is Ibobo. Ibobo is trying to get back with the fresher tires and lower fuel load. Okay, one rival is down, who was Joa Hutter. Now Sermon is the next, and Sermon is the only person who just making him impossible to get points. Now Michael Mocho has on a 2-stop. And let's see if he can come back in front. Darius Koval comes. Well, maybe. If the team is working fast, then maybe Koval won't overtake him. Not that fast. It's a 7.4. It's an average one. Where is Darius Koval? Darius Koval comes here. Maybe he will overtake him. This will be a close one. Yes, he will overtake him. Michael Mocho is back at the 2nd place, but he's in a more advantageous position now. Koval don't have to stop now, but he's... Andy Higgs is 11th again. He made a mistake. Because he was 9 before. Here is Darius Koval. I wonder if Koval can hold this position. Because if you remember, Koval had not the best race back then in the last race, or Michael Mocho win this race and basically just higher his position in the championship. We will see. We have 9 laps left to see that. Hutter is an attack. This will be an easy overtake. I'm curious if Higgs will get a penalty for what he did with Jans, with Rance. Sometimes I say Jans because I'm just swapping the first, I mean not the first but the 2 starting letter. So yes, Higgs will be 10th now, temporarily. We can see if he will improve or not. And here is the answer for our question. Michael Mocho has Darius Koval now. Koval couldn't hold him. Mainly because of the fuel load and the tire freshness. On the other hand, he was faster in the beginning of the race too. Koval is trying a dive bomb, but no, couldn't make it. Maybe a little split stream can work, but Michael Mocho now is leading once again. Well, this split stream won't be enough till the next straight. Felix Zontag is decided to unlap himself. Remember, even Motyang couldn't overtake him because of the fresher rubbers. Now he decided to show who's the boss and unlapping himself against Darius. Another yellow flag. And this is in the first corner. Yes, we can see. Whoa! A car in the middle of the track. There is a car in the middle of the track, and this is a bubble. And this is a bubble who's destroying the car completely. And maybe this was the hardest impact in today's race. He lost nearly all the tires. Only the right front is stood on the car. he lost his rear wing. He did the same what Zontag, what Byrne, what Holz did, but in the first corner, and that was such a heavy impact. He lost his door also and stood in the middle of the track. Fortunately nobody hit him. That was even more than 720 degree as for the spin. We will count now. So he's hitting the 1, 2, well, maybe 3, I don't know. You couldn't see the whole accident. Okay, so now such an aggressive from Higgs, and now here is your punishment, boy, for being too aggressive. Okay, in that way he don't need a penalty. This is what we call karma, and yes, this is what we call karma, ladies and gentlemen. He tried to spin the car back and he hit the wall. This is what we call karma, guys. This stuff is existing. Here we could see. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't wish him to retire after that stuff. So this wasn't my intention, but oh well. Let's see, friends. Overtaking sermon. This overtake is unnecessary from that point that for the 9th place they don't get any points. Xavi Perez is 7th. Xavi Perez came back, and now he's Michael Mocho. Because of Byrne's retirement, Mocho will take 10 points, Byrne 0, and in this way he can improve his points and his position in the championship. And now Michael Mocho is winning the Hockenheim race, the old layout. That was a well done race from him. He completely deserved it. Darius Koval comes at 2nd place, finally a good race for him. Felix Zontag at 14, George Rowe comes at 3rd place. And Balin Zolga, after not the best Paul Ricard race, finally he can take 2nd place. I mean not 2nd but 4th place. And with this 4th place, some points. Well, to be accurate, 5 points, which will come handy later on in the championship. Behind him, Cian Byrne made a nice comeback. Lin Campana is 6th. Close to him, Xavi Perez is 7th. Here comes Joe Hutter. Okay, I told Joe Hutter is locking up. Ooh, that would have been a terrible stuff in the end if he's missing the corner. And Rens Jans coming at 9th. Sermon 10th, Carpenter 11th, Viggo Holst. Well, Viggo Holst made a nice comeback too, from dead last till 2012. Maxim Titko also, and the others are retired from the race. Here we can see the winner again. The fastest lap is from Michael Mocho, 1:38.6. Here we can see the standings once again. Yes, the first 12th place maybe got lapped. We will see in the return. Well, not really. Zontag got lapped. Who is in 14th? Titko and Holst could get it. And now, and Kelly's Grant, Barton, Motian, Fitzwater, and Byrne, the ones are retired. Likewise, Andy Hicks and Victory Bobo. So Michael Mocho has took the lead once again from Evan Byrne. Carlis is 3rd, Sermon 4th, Campana 5th, Rogue 6th, over to Grant. Darius Koval also made a position against Hutter. Cian Byrne overtook S. Carpenter for 10th place. Likewise, Zolga did a huge jump with that 4th place. Soyan 13, Titko 14, Mojan 15, was 16, Perez 17, Higgs 18, Ibubo 19, Barton 20th, Nicolas Zorbach 21st, Zachary Fitzwater 2012th, and we can see the two Ionescus, Robert and Maria, Lucas Krebs and Felix Zontag, who still doesn't have any point. Well, Ionescu made a guest start, I mean Robert, and took a point. And this was the Hockenheim ring. it was a pretty good race. I have to say, next up is Spa-Francorchamps, which I look forward also because this race will be awesome as well. I assume. I really hope, to be honest. Thanks for watching. See you all with the next round at Spa-Francorchamps.